Good evening. This is a special meeting of the Orange Recycling Committee. It's a special meeting because it's on a different day than regularly scheduled. This is Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. I'm Mitch Goldblatt. I am the chairman of this committee. Have people introduce themselves? Susan?
Susan Wineland.
Mark Moyer, Secretary and Treasurer.
Chris Prokop.
Wendy Novick.
Thank you. So we have a quorum tonight. There are a few people missing. For those watching us for the first time, this is the Orange Recycling Committee. It is an appointed committee by the first selectman. All of us have been appointed. It's regularly a seven-member committee with 2 alternates. Tonight we have 5 of us here, so we do have a quorum. Quorum is only 4. We need 4. We have 5 tonight. The Orange Recycling Committee has been active for several years. I think we're going on more than a decade now. We promote recycling in the town of Orange and try to educate as best we can the populace of the residents of the town of Orange about recycling, how to recycle, and how best to recycle in the town. We look for different ways for recycling and try to educate everyone as to what the best forms of recycling and things that can't be recycled that people think can be. We do publish in the Milford Orange Times every issue, a recycling column that hopefully educates as well. And we sponsor a number of events throughout the year. Most notably, we do twice a year a shredding day, and we'll talk about that in this agenda a little bit later because we have one coming up next month. So with that, we're going to go through our agenda, and I hope anybody has any questions, they can certainly contact me, Mitch Goldblatt, and you can get me at mitchellrgoldblatt@gmail.com if you want to contact me, or Orange Recycles. We have a Facebook page and a website. You can certainly reach out to us that way as well. We have nobody from the public tonight, but these meetings are open. It's an open meeting, as all meetings in the town are. So if anybody wants to come observe or speak, address us, they are more than welcome. Our meetings are typically on the 3rd Wednesday of the month, and we move them around once in a while, but that's where we are tonight. So, first thing up is to review and approve the minutes of August 21st, 2024. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes?
Yes, I'd like to make a correction.
Okay. You're the one who took the minutes.
No, I was not.
Oh, yes, right, you weren't that time. Okay.
On the financial update,
Go ahead, yes.
it's misleading. It says 482 was paid for new signs, but 482 was our balance at the end last meeting.
Okay.
We paid $150 for Steve Selby to put the signs back up on the shred, the plastic bag shed.
Yep.
That's it.
Okay, so where it said 482, it should say 150?
482 was the balance, but 150 was paid for actually putting back up the signs.
Okay.
There weren't new signs.
Okay. All right. When you do the minutes, will you make that correction?
I will.
Okay. All right. Is there any other additions or corrections? If not, is there a motion to approve the minutes as corrected?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Susan's motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Chris. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, thank you. Mark, Treasurer's Report.
All right, our current balance is $1,850.20. We had a $2,000 stipend from the town of Orange for our annual budget.
An increase.
Yep. Marianne Miller and Ken Lenz with the $50 donation was credited this month. And then we paid 2 invoices, Barclay Specialty for the T-shirts and for the bag clips that are going to be our giveaway at the town fair.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions for Mark on the Treasurer's Report? Okay, if not,
But I did have one question regarding last month.
Okay.
131.26, the cost for the additional glass signage.
Right.
Do we know where we stand?
yeah, that's been paid for about out of the NIP money. The town of Orange is paying that bill.
Okay, thanks.
So even though that was a bill that came to us, pretty much the signage and things that go along with the glass recycling at the transfer station, the money that's been collected by the town for the NIPs that are purchased at liquor stores, we do get a portion of that, and the town is using it for recycling purposes and helping us out with that. So thank you, Mark, that is correct. Okay, next up, the residential recycling participation rates. So each month we do report on a number of issues and see how we're doing. This month, this month being the past month, so the month of August, there were 63.95 tons of recyclables picked up both at people's homes and at the transfer station by Oak Ridge. That was down from last year's August, by 8.8%. For the year, we're up by 2.6%. But I'm going to add to that in a few seconds. Any questions on that? So those are the numbers we get from Oak Ridge through the town. Still running a little bit ahead of last year. But in addition, as you guys know, and people watching at home may not know, we've recently instituted a glass recycling separately from the regular mixed recycling or single stream recycling that people are used to. Glass is still accepted in the blue bins. It's still accepted at the transfer station. However, when people go to the transfer station, they can bring their glass and put it in a separate container, which is right next to where all the mixed recycling goes. And that glass is separated, and we do not pay for that recyclables, whereas we do pay for all the recyclables less than we pay for getting rid of the trash. So it is a financial incentive to recycle, but even less so for us to pay for glass, because that's going to urban mining and being used as an aggregate towards concrete and truly being reused. And so by doing that, we've been taking out the glass, and we had 2 pickups in the month of August, and we just started this pretty much in the month of August. The bin's been full twice, and so on August 16th, 1,280 pounds of glass were picked up, and then on August 29th, another 1,560 pounds of glass were picked up. So if we can keep up those kind of numbers, that'll certainly help bring down the costs of recycling for the town. So you could look at that and say, okay, August could have had at least, another ton or more into the recycling numbers that I gave previously. Because you're looking at over a ton of, ton and a half of glass that was separated. Susan?
mention. In terms of the glass, just a reminder to everybody that this is food-grade glass only. So it's not things like mirrors or lampshades or light bulbs. It is wine bottles and any kind of food glass that you would store food, buy food in. And the lids have to come off, and those are mostly recyclable because they're metal. And thanks for helping us keep that a very clean recycling bin.
Yeah, I checked that when I go on Saturday, and it's been even better.
Yeah.
The first couple of times there were lots of lids. Of course, now we have the signs up that do tell people no corks, no lids. Lots of wine bottles, liquor bottles, but also a lot of, as you said, food jars. The jelly jars and all kinds of things like that are in there as well, and it's all being recycled. Doesn't matter the color; it all gets mixed up and used. But that's great. Okay, next up, any other questions about glass? If not, we also have instituted another program recently, or reinstituted, which is textile recycling. And for those watching, we have 3 bins in town for clothing and shoes. And those bins, one is here at the community center, where we're meeting tonight. There's another one at the transfer station at the top of the hill, as you come around the bend. And the third one is at the Public Works driveway on Lambert Road. And those 3 areas, there are white bins, and they say Bay State Recycling, and Bay State Textiles, excuse me. And so Bay State Textiles not only is accepting those clothing and shoes, and you see bins all over the place, but when you put them in those bins, it actually is helping the town because we do get paid for, I think, 15 cents a pound. And it does add up, so that in the month of August, our numbers were another ton here, 2,230 pounds of textiles, which net the town $133.80. So this is going well, as you might expect. Most of the textiles being collected have been collected at the transfer station and recycling center. 1,230 pounds were collected there. At High Plains, 830 pounds. And at the Public Works Garage, 170 pounds. And that's just in the month of August. Any questions? That's going well. Once again, I applaud the people that are doing this because we've got no complaints recently of any contamination, making sure that it's just clothes and shoes and that they are bagged. It's important that everything is bagged and kept that way, kept them clean, and that way things don't get mixed up as much when they're in bags. All right, and then the last thing I had was the food scrap recycling, and I had numbers here. I think I did. Possibly I didn't. Okay, I thought I did, maybe I don't. We have been getting the food scrap recycling, which, oh no, because we didn't get the numbers on that. We have food scrap recycling at the transfer station as well. There are 4 green bins. They look like your regular recycler bins, but they're green. At the top of the hill, as you go around the bend, right next to the textile recycling. The food scraps are a lot of what goes into municipal solid waste. And by separating food scraps, we are paying half the cost of what we pay when we throw it in the garbage. So once again, saving the town money, and it is being recycled, being used on farms. The food scraps consist of all kinds of food that you can bring there, and it doesn't matter if it's got bones or shells or anything else, but all kinds of scraps, everything from your kitchen scraps. Instead of putting them into the regular garbage and making that garbage heavy, if you separate them and bring them to the transfer station, they can be put in plastic bags or preferably just dumped raw into the bins, and that has been going well too. I know they were picked up the last week because I was there last weekend and they were empty, so we're good there. Any questions about food scraps? Okay. All right, old business. The only old business I have is that we had ordered T-shirts for the committee. A couple people didn't have the T-shirts, so we had run out. Everyone got new ones because it's been several years. So for our events that we are at, it does help to have our T-shirts to identify ourselves. Certainly at the country fair, shredding day, and wherever else we know, where we use them. Also when helping out the Haz Waste. Is there any other old business?
Well, the only other old business, since I wasn't here last month, is the annual report. Where does that stand? I know that there was a motion made, and how are you and Eileen
It is
doing
done.
with it?
Yes.
It's done?
Yeah.
Is it submitted?
Yes, the annual report last time, we read through it. Eileen had a couple of comments. Eileen and I went, well, I should say back and forth. She gave me some of her corrections, if you will, and suggestions. I incorporated those. We got those out in a few days. So yes, that has been submitted. The town has our annual report, and that'll appear in the town's annual report that comes out every year, annually. So that is complete and on time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, new business. For those that bring plastic bags and wraps to the transfer station, another recycle venture that we have initiated and kept going, there's a nice red shed, the red shed, at the transfer station where we collect bags and wraps. Plastic bags, no, and for those that are watching, no black plastic. That is not recyclable at all. But other, mostly clear plastics, like I say, bags, wraps. So what happens is when you put them in there and they stack up, they have to go somewhere. And the Home Depot has been kind enough to allow us to take those bags and let them join in with the bags that they recycle and the wraps they recycle from the Home Depot. And so what we do is 3 times a week, members of this committee go to the transfer station and take the full bags and bring them over to Home Depot for recycling. And so if anybody watching would like to help us with that venture, we always look for other people to help out. We spread ourselves thin a bit, but we do get there 3 times a week, and I thank the members of this committee that do that on a regular basis every week. And we put together a schedule, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Prior to this meeting, I went through the list with the committee, and we're all set for the month of October. And you sure can, Susan.
Yeah, so for the plastic bags, just remember, this is for soft plastic such as bread wrapper, newspaper wrappers. It's not dog or cat food bags or bird seed bags, no burlap. Make sure that there's no garbage in the bags, because some people, I think, on their way to the transfer station might forget and throw something in there that really causes a problem for all of us. So thanks for keeping it clean.
Mulch bags, too.
And
Was
no-
that-
no-
Mulch bags.
Yeah, no mulch bags either.
No mulch bags or grass seed bags, things like that, really don't qualify. And the better we can do with that, the better we are with Home Depot. They like us better when things are the correct, clean bags and the proper bags. But we thank so many people. It's been amazing how many people are coming to the transfer station, recycling those bags, and doing it right and helping out. All right, next up, Orange Country Fair. Mark, how we doing? Mark is, well, it's just so people know, we have a booth at the country fair, or a table in the civic tent, and we've done that every year, so Mark's in charge of that. Mark, give us an update.
We are in pretty good shape. We are still in need of 3 time slots to be filled. I've been in touch with Patrick, who says he will take 1 or more, but he has not had a chance yet to check his schedule. I guess his son is playing baseball, and he has to find out when he can do it. Friday night is set up at the country fair, so Chris and I will go over, meet around 6:45, bring over all our gear, set the table up, put up the banner. I will go buy all the cookies and the candy that we're going to give out, and we'll be ready to go and hit the ground running 8 o'clock on Saturday morning.
Sounds good.
And we have the bag clips to give out as our
Right.
special gift.
Well, we've got for those that stop by the country fair on this weekend, I don't know when this is going to get broadcast, but for those that stop by this weekend, we do have chip clips or bag clips for people from the Orange Recycling Committee, which also includes the website and QR code. If you have any questions about recycling, please contact us in those ways. All right, you're good?
Can I ask you a question?
Yep, Wendy.
How do we go in, get in, or isn't there a ticket or a pass or
You get
something
any
when
passes
you're
this
working
year?
I do have passes. I'll pass them out after the meeting.
there? Okay.
All right. Those who sign up for the most shifts get passes.
Can I ask what hours is still missing? Is it just Saturday afternoon, did you say?
There are 2 Saturday afternoons and 1 Sunday morning, although the Sunday morning 8 to 10 is pretty light, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm more worried about the Saturday afternoons.
Thanks.
Okay, very good. Next up, another thing that this committee does is help out at the Regional Water Authority with their haz waste disposal. For those that aren't aware, haz waste disposal from April to October at Sergeant Drive at the Regional Water Authority in New Haven every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. till noon. And each town that belongs to the Regional Water Authority is asked to send a couple of volunteers twice each season to help out, basically just directing traffic. That task has fallen to the Orange Recycling Committee. As such, we have 2 people go, usually in May, and then or April or May, and then 2 people in October. We are assigned for October 19th, and right now I think we have Mark, is it Mark and Chris?
Chris and Patrick.
Chris and Patrick, excuse me. Chris and Patrick, so, Chris, you're all set still?
Yeah,
Okay,
that
great.
works for me.
All
And Mitch,
right.
do we have a date that Haz Waste may take place in our town? Is
Not
that-
yet.
Not yet?
Not yet,
Okay.
for the spring, yeah. All right, so our other big event is also coming up in October. It's October 26th. That's our shredding day. Most people who are watching us are probably familiar with that. It's right here at High Plains Community Center. October 26th is a Saturday. That morning from 9 to noon, we'll have a shredding truck from Affordable Solutions. Joe Johnston is an Orange resident who runs Affordable Solutions and gives us an affordable price to do shredding. The Rotary Club pays for the shredding truck, therefore the shredding is free for residents, although residents will be asked hopefully for a donation when they come. The donation goes to the Orange Rotary Scholarship Fund. So we will be there from 9 o'clock on till noon. We ask that people come down Tribute Trail, which is the driveway just before High Plains, if you're coming from the Boston Post Road direction, so we can line people up. There'll be directions and signs, et cetera, to help people guide them. That's for the shredding. In addition to the shredding, at the same spot as the shredding, we also will be accepting electronic devices for recycling. For those that want to bring their electronic devices to be destroyed, this will ensure you that they will be destroyed, not just dropped somewhere. Cell phones, iPads, laptops, PCs, desktops. You can bring them. There's a charge, though, for each one between $5 and $20, depending on the size. So the cell phones, the $5, and the PCs are $20. But that we have to pay for, so therefore there's a charge for that for those that bring electronics. In addition, we will have a mattress truck here. Bye Bye Mattress is accepting all mattresses. You can bring mattresses to the transfer station. We don't want you to do that. We want you to save those mattresses and box springs and bring them twice a year. This is going to be October 26th to High Plains. If you bring them yourself, there's no charge. And the good news is everything in that mattress or box spring gets recycled. And by not throwing that 50 pounds or whatever it is in the hopper at the transfer station, once again, saves the town valuable money. And it will be recycled when you do it this way. If you need help in getting your mattress or box spring to High Plains, the Orange Lions Club is helping us out. The Orange Lions Club will come by your house, will collect the mattress from your front porch or from outside your garage, as long as it's not wet. There's a $15 charge for that. It's a donation to the Orange Lions Club for picking up your mattress. And if you are interested in doing that, please call either Ken or Mary Ann at 203-795-3906. It's 203-795-3906. Let them know your address, how many mattresses or box springs you may have. One is fine, more is better. And then they will come pick it up that morning, and they will bring that mattress and or box spring here to High Plains to be recycled. In addition, at the same time, October 26th, that morning from 9 to noon, we are going to have the Orange Community Women as well as Buy Nothing Orange under the pavilion. The pavilion at the top of High Plains. They will accept clothing and shoes and other items that people will bring for either swapping, which is what the Orange, Buy Nothing Orange will do. You can come and take an item or give an item or both. And then Orange Community Women will accept clothing and other things that they will take and bring to Savers, and they get paid for that. And the money goes back to the Orange Community Women, which is, I think most people understand, is a charitable organization that does a lot of great things in the town, donating their time and money to great organizations. So there's all kinds of recycling opportunities on what we call Shredding Day, October 26th. And our next meeting is going to be before that, so we'll have another chance to talk about it. But before we do want to check, we do need to put up the week before. We need to put up signs. Can I count on people for some sign help? Mark?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Our sign guys, and I know Patrick helps. Margaret has helped as well, so hopefully we can get the signs up. And as you may recall, last time, the stakes were defective. Remember the stakes? They flopped
Yes.
over and they didn't flop back?
Yes.
We have new stakes. We have the same signs. We have 50 new stakes
Great.
that
Excellent.
will help us out.
And will the DOT be dropping off the barriers for us to put up?
Yeah,
to
the
block off?
Public Works will
Yep.
give us, well, I'll talk to Don Foyer about that. Donnie, if you're watching. Before that week, we usually get the sawhorses dropped off, some cones dropped off, so we can help steer the traffic for Shredding Day, which is gone. We've gotten it down to a science, guys, so it goes pretty
Yes.
well. And I just urge people to come, bring everything they want for shredding. It does help if you're coming for Shredding Day, if you want your boxes back, let us know. Otherwise, we're going to take everything and shred it. And it does help if not to bring plastic bags, but if you only have it in plastic bags, we're going to recycle those plastic bags, hopefully, if they're not black bags. That's all I have for us for tonight. Is there any other new business?
Yes.
Susan,
I wanted
show and
to-
tell.
Yes, it's always show and tell here. No vested in personal interest or family interest in this company, but we did receive a package from Wild Alaska Company. And not only do they do sustainable fishing, but they practice sustainable packaging. And
Oh,
so everything, there was no styrofoam whatsoever. And inside, they have compostable insulation, which I've seen it so rarely that it really, drew my attention. And this is called green foam, and it's green cell foam, and it is dissolved in water. It is home compostable, and actually home compostable, it's a wheat starch. And so it dissolves in water. And it
Wow.
also will dissolve right in your sink. And so it is a wonderful product. It's made in the United States, in the upper Midwest, and I'm hoping that more companies buy it and use it.
And then if you take it out of that plastic bag can then be recycled at the transfer station.
Yes, and they have a great website, this company, all about what to do with every single part of their packaging, how to recycle it.
Fantastic.
And it's all recyclable.
Excellent, excellent. All right. Anything else for this meeting? If not, our next meeting is a special meeting because we changed the date. The date is October 23rd. We will meet that day. We'll meet here at High Plains at 7 o'clock. Anybody watching wants to join us on October 23rd, you're more than welcome. With that, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Motion to adjourn by Mark. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Chris. Beat you, Wendy.
Hit that button.
We are adjourned at
Hit that button first.
7:36. Thank you very much.